Prepare yourself for the terror. The prison of madness, where few enter and none return.
Welcome to Unsung Horrors. With Lance. And Erica.
Leave all your sanity behind. It can't help you now.
Welcome to another episode of Unsung Horrors, the podcast where we discuss underseen horror films, specifically those with fewer than 1,000 views on Letterboxd. I'm Erica.
And I'm Lance.
But no horror movie. Well, I mean, maybe some horror movies.
Yeah, there's a few.
There's a few. But this is our annual Junesploitation episode, which follows the F This Movie Junesploitation challenge. It's a 30-day challenge, different category for every day. We've done this a few years, so longtime listeners, we don't need to explain it. But something we do need to explain is we did something different this year, and we actually split the categories.
We did. And it's, I think listeners will appreciate that because it's going to be a shorter episode.
I think so. I
mean, we certainly do.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the only people that, we should care about appreciating this is ourselves. No,
I am going to say I'm going to watch all 30 on my list before the end of the year.
Okay.
But I'm only
15
covering
whole movies in the next 6 months. Can you do that, Lance?
Well, some of my picks are pretty questionable. So
okay.
We'll see. I'll probably put it on and be like, nah, let's watch Jaws again.
Okay. Yeah, it's top of mind just because, 4th of July, Jaws and all that. So I didn't do anything. I ordered Chinese food and watched the Sammo Hung movie because America.
Fuck yeah.
All right, but we still have a lot of movies to get through. We still have 30 movies to talk about. We each have 15 to talk about, although Lance might have more.
No, I'm just going to pick 15.
You're just doing your 15?
I'm picking my 15.
All right, fair.
Your categories are better.
No.
Just kidding.
We've already had this fight.
We did. We each have really good movies to talk about. I don't. Okay. I threw a fit last episode.
You did.
I was just trying to be funny. It wasn't real.
He slammed the door when he left, you guys. I'm just...
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad to see the black eyes healed. So.
Okay. So starting off, day one is 90s action. That's my category. And I watched Breathing Fire from 1991. I'm going to preface this by saying I did not watch any of these in order. I did not watch this on June 1st. I don't even remember what day I watched it. I probably watched this in May, actually. Right. But this movie is how you kick off Junesploitation. So even if I didn't watch it first, I should have. You have a bunch of non-actor martial artists together, plus Bolo Young, making a nomsploitation /heist /buddy martial arts movie that breaks all the glass. There's glass in the frame somewhere. It's getting broken. There's baffling editing, training montages, visible landing pads, and has a pizza key that unlocks a safe full of gold bars. Pizza.
It's a piece of pizza.
No. So you have a whole pizza.
Okay.
And then they mold the keys. I don't want to explain it because everyone gets a slice of the pizza, but the pizza has the key.
Okay.
But it's still like a pizza key.
I mean, I'm still a little confused.
You should be, because it doesn't make any sense.
Pizza key. I like it.
Now, the movie is extraordinarily stupid, but I had a lot of fun with it, as you can probably tell from my description. It also has a post-Indiana Jones and Goonies Ki Kwan in it, and for some reason has 3 directors. So
interesting.
Yeah. I think, anyone who hasn't seen it, this is a great Junesploitation potential for next year for you. Or if you need some dumb action movie to watch with a group of people. Breathing Fire, 1991. This was on Amazon Prime.
Nice. Okay, day 2. So just so everybody knows, we don't rotate every pick. We're going to be switching it up, right? That's the way you kind of put it together. You picked all the good stuff, and
Shut
then
the fuck up! Oh my god! No, there's only 2 days where it's 2 in a row, and I did double check. It's because the free spaces, I would have gotten 3 if we alternated.
Okay,
so there.
Appreciate that. Day 2, cartoons. I went with the Hungarian cartoon recently released by Deaf Crocodile, Bubble Bath.
Oh.
From 1980, also known as A Musical to a Heartbeat. So this has some pretty mind-blowing animation. Like I think it's even during the opening credits, there's rain on the windshield of a moving car. So it's a blend of cell animations, paintings, collages, live action stop motion. But yeah, it's very surreal with the characters changing shapes and appearances throughout the film. Scenes of the background just randomly spinning as they sing their songs or they sing their lines, their dialogue. And there's a lot of singing.
Are you going to demonstrate?
I mean, Hungarian really isn't a romantic language. So it's kind of these songs are pretty aggressive and they're tough to sit through. And so, you should watch this with audio on, with the volume turned up. But there were times where I was like, this is a little much. The summary is very weird. The whole plot, it's about this man who is going to be getting married. I think he's getting married that night. And he busts into an apartment of his fiance's best friend. And he's basically like, call her and tell her I can't get married. And he wants her to do it and stuff. And then they end up kind of developing this relationship. So there's this weird attraction between them and all the choices they've made in life and like what's in store for them in life. It's this long, trippy discussion that's sung in Hungarian. And it's very interesting. Joey from Trash Mech's podcast, he had some points. He had a review on Letterboxd and some points that I related to while watching this. He said, I just couldn't immerse myself in the story as it feels like an acid trip and goes all over the place too quickly. Strangely, it feels like it would make for a great stage play, which made perfect sense while watching this. But the animation is mind-blowing. It's from 1980. There's hints, I think, on the back of the Deaf Crocodile disc, it references Ralph Bakshi's like warped sense of humor and his visual style and Bill Plimpton's individualism. So worth checking out. I think I gave it 3 stars, but it's a unique cartoon for sure, and that's what you get when you pick up a Deaf Crocodile release.
Yeah, for sure. Day 3 is Linda Blair, but I'm actually gonna skip ahead and do 2 in a row real quick.
What?
I know we're breaking all the rules this Junesploitation, but it'll make sense. So I'm skipping ahead to disasters because for disasters, I watched Airport 1970, and for Linda Blair, I watched Airport 1975.
Okay, that's kind of like that Armed and Dangerous. I think that's what it was called. I watched 2 Armed and Dangerouses in a row.
Yeah. So Airport 1970 first. I did not care for this movie. I picked up a used airport pack, the terminal pack or something. I don't fucking know. DVDs at Waterloo, for $5 recently. And John and I were like, fuck yeah, we're going to watch all the airport movies. They're the fucking first one's 2.5 hours long, first of all. And it's...
I mean, that's accurate if you're at the airport.
True.
It's going to be a long
actually,
wait.
Yeah. But it's not a disaster movie. So all I wrote down were questions for my notes. Why is this a slice of life at the airport movie and not a real disaster movie like it should be? Why does everyone like this movie? Why was this nominated for Academy Awards? Why is George Kennedy given so little screen time when he is the best part of the movie? Why does Dean Martin's character get the shaft? She seems like a very lovely person and lets him flirt all he wants. Anyway, there's no stakes, no consequences, no thrills, all chills. I don't like Airport 1970. All of you people who do, what is wrong with you?
So this was the disaster pick.
Well, yeah, this was a disaster pick, and it wasn't a disaster, which in itself, it makes it a disaster.
Yeah.
But I picked the wrong movie for it. So that was my disaster pick. Linda Blair is Airport 1975. Again, watch this one on the disc. So this one gets into the disaster much more quickly. There's a Well, because there's no disaster in the first one in the fucking first place. So there's just like a bomb on the plane in the other one. But they don't even get to the fucking bomb until... Anyway, I'm going to stop talking about fucking Airport 70. Airport 1975, much better. There is a mid-air collision between a 747 and a small private plane that results in one of the flight attendants, played by Karen Black, who we love, having to take control with help over the radio from her boyfriend, played by Charlton Heston.
Oh.
George Kennedy is back. I love that he has his own film series. Gloria Swanson is in this, playing herself. Austin Stoker is in it.
Oh.
Very small role. He's got like 2 lines. Myrna Loy is in this. She's in, most people probably know her from The Thin Man, but she is in this drinking way more than she did in The Thin Man, which I did not think was possible. And of course, Linda Blair is in this. She's, this is 1975. She's still very young, just right after The Exorcist. All she's doing is laying around and, complaining about dying and needing a kidney transplant or something, whatever. So there's a great moment right after the collision where one of the pilots gets sucked out of the cockpit, and it's clearly a dummy just being like, bloop, straight out of it. But the problem with it is that this and the first one have destroyed everything that I thought about holes in airplanes sucking you out. Because apparently it just gets really cold in the airplane and that's it.
Yeah.
I always was like, oh my God, if there's a hole in the airplane, we're all going to get sucked out.
Like seats and all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of real life footage of people with windows broken and they're in the air. They're just sitting there all with wind.
Yeah.
And cold.
Well,
so how many more airport movies are in this box? This little set.
There's 2 more in there. It's going to be a while before I watch another airport movie. I'm going to ride this high for a little while. And it's not even really a high. No. It's just it's a hill. It's not a mountain. It was that much better than Airport 1970. John didn't even want to watch Airport 1975 after watching the first one. But I was like, look, I got to this is the only night I can watch this before Junesploitation. I'm watching it. And he was like, all right, well, whatever. He's like, I'll probably fall asleep. He stayed up and watched the whole thing. Oh. And he's been working 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. shifts. So he held with it. So like I said, way better than the first one. Actually has some stakes, has some fun characters. And yes, the stewardess is flying the plane. And I'm okay with that since it's Karen Black.
Oh, nice. Yeah. She saves the day. In every movie.
Yeah.
Okay, day 4 is Blaxploitation. Thank you for giving me this one.
You're welcome.
I went with Abar, the first black Superman from 1977. I watched this on Tubi. It's also known as In Your Face or Super Black.
Hell yeah.
It's directed by Frank Packard. So this is about a character named Dr. Kincaid, and he and his family move into this fancy all-white neighborhood, and he gives a special formula he's been working on to kind of his bodyguard, John Abar, to become this black superhero. So Abar, he comes to the aid of Dr. Kincaid and his family. They're treated as you expect in this all-white neighborhood. Mm-hmm. A lot of racism being thrown around, a lot of terrible, terrible words. And Abar leads this group called the Black Front of Unity. And when Kincaid gives him this special formula, it gives him these weird superhero and mental powers that really don't make any sense. Because at the end of the movie, he's like, the power was in me the entire time. It's very strange.
It's like Star Wars?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of is. Just like in urban Star Wars. But he starts dealing with racism and pimps in this hilarious manner at the end of the movie. Tobar Mayo plays Abar. He's had some small roles in really cool flicks, playing a gang member in Escape from New York. He plays the character Fritz in Schizoid with Klaus Kinski.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Donna Wilkes.
Yeah.
From our Blood Song episode. And there's a great theme song written for him when he comes on screen. So that's reason enough to watch it. The crew's really interesting, though. When I started digging into this, the cinematographer is Robert Victor Garcia, who went on to film the Twin Peaks series and Fire Walk with Me.
Are we doing the thing where you're going to try to get...
It's happening. Also, the sound was done by James Bryan, who, he did the sound for some great movies, Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, The Dark Half, Return to the Swamp Thing. But I think we love him for his directing, the Lady Street Fighter movies, Jungle Trap,
Yeah.
and everyone's favorite, Don't Go in the Woods.
Oh, well, yeah.
It's terrible, but I love it.
I do too.
But yeah, this movie, extremely wooden acting from all the cast of characters. Even Abar is pretty boring. The lead, Dr. Kincaid, he wrote, and I think he might have produced it. So it's kind of like a vanity project almost. Yeah. About an hour in, I think I texted you this. Dr. Kincaid's 10-year-old son, Tommy, is run over.
Hell yeah.
By a car. Definitely the turning point in the film. It takes about an hour. And it leaves you with this jaw-dropping reveal at the end with like 30 seconds left.
Oh.
Before the credits start rolling. This character pops up and she says something that you're like, what? I do not want to fucking spoil this, but people should watch this movie just to get to that moment. I think most will find it boring if you read all the Letterboxd reviews, but I was in the story enough to never really want to turn it off or zone out. It's included in Lars Nilsson's Warped and Faded book. Been programmed multiple times for Weird Wednesday.
Dang, missed that.
But yeah, it's funny how at the end, everything kind of wraps up really in the last like 20 minutes of the movie. That's when it really gets good. But yeah, Abar starts using his mental powers. Sex workers are like attacking their pimps that treat him poorly. He's ending racism. He's taking care of all the honkies that are...
Abar for president.
100%. Actually, this would be a good 4th of July movie.
There you go.
I'm just going to say that.
So you mentioned like Don't Go in the Woods. That reminded me, our friends Adam and Sam from BNS About Movies, they just started a new podcast. They are going to be covering the films in Stephen Thrower's Nightmare USA. Don't Go in the Woods is one of them. So I can't wait for that episode.
Oh, yeah.
I think Adam usually likes a lot of stuff, and I don't think he cared for that one. So
yeah, that is kind of rare because he does give a lot of high ratings.
Yes.
So that would be a fun episode to listen to.
Yeah. Okay, day 5 is teenagers. I punished myself with a new movie, but I had to do it because there was a dead kid. There are teenagers in this, and this is made for teenagers, I think. I watched Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Oh.
I know.
Have you seen the first one?
No, I won't.
I haven't either.
I got this from the library because I was not going to pay any amount of money to see a Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Wow.
I know. This has nothing to, this is just one of those things. It's the very antithesis of Junesploitation. It is not a movie that exploits anything. It is just fucking garbage. You know, I said I think this is made for teenagers. I don't know if this is made for anyone because apparently the kids are all mad at this movie because it doesn't follow the lore of Five Nights at... I don't know this game. I don't know this
It's based on a video game?
It's based on some like computer game or something like that. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking care. Like, I'm sorry. These poor kids.
In the works.
Oh, fuck off. There's a third one?
Yeah. Third one in the series.
God.
Plot TBA.
Gross. All right.
How was a child kill?
It happens in the beginning. It's off screen, but they show like the body afterwards. It's killed by one of the animatronic thing. It's, you know, it's supposed to be like a Chuck E. Cheese thing.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that. What's the Nicolas Cage one? Willy's Wonderland, or
yeah, something like that. Yeah,
I watched that one. I wasn't too into it.
No, and I would think that something like that would have some kind of appeal to our generation because we all had birthday parties at Chuck E. Cheese. I assume, or the equivalent of whatever.
Peter Piper Pizza here.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Just checking. But like, I don't know. It has a dead kid in the opening. I had to suffer through it's. Oh yeah. It's in the very beginning. So then I have to watch another 90 fucking minutes of this movie. It's boring. It's not scary, even for like PG-13. Oh, so the same day that I did this. So I had to get my eyelid lanced. I had, what was it called? It wasn't a cyst, but it sounds like some fucking Pokemon character, like a Calazion or something like that. I don't fucking know. There's this big ass fucking bump on my eyelid. And like, so I had to go and get it lanced. And so I had this whole procedure, which includes They put in like a numbing liquid in your eye.
Okay.
And then they like put a numbing gel on it. And then they inject it with lidocaine.
Your eyelid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your eyelid. And you fucking see all this like right there, right? Did that. They fucking cut the thing. And then they put like a gauze eye patch on. And you got to wear it for like a few hours. Then,
Makes my eyes water when
sorry.
procedures like this are talked about.
Lance is crying right now. Oh my God, you actually are. Holy shit. But yeah, and so like once the lidocaine wore off, I was like, God, this fucking sucks. It's like super painful. And then I watched this movie. I had a bad day, but
I had a bad day.
I did. I would rather go through that procedure again than watch this fucking movie again. You know,
I'm noticing a little bump on the other eyelids.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm just kidding.
The fuck up. I don't know. Like after watching this, it's no wonder that kids don't watch movies anymore if this is what's being served up to them.
Yeah.
Like it's just so.
And there's a third one coming. Yeah, it's sad. It's a sad state of affairs. I guess they make a lot of money at the box office. Is this a Blumhouse?
Probably.
Okay. Well, I'm not even going to look it up and check at this point.
It's not worth it. Nothing's worth looking up about this movie. Nothing's worth it. Don't watch it. Don't talk about it. Like, treat it like fucking He Who Cannot Be Named. It's that dumbass movie. It's just fucking evil, stupid, and boring.
It is a Blumhouse.
Okay, well, that tracks.
So, there you go. Okay, moving on. Day 6, South Korea.
Yay.
I think a lot of people have watched this, The Quiet Family from 1998.
I haven't seen this.
It's like a dark comedy. This is Kim Ji-won's directorial debut.
Oh, okay.
I Saw the Devil, A Tale of Two Sisters, which I love. It's good. It's about a family of 6 who purchase a remote lodge to fix it up. They go months really with no one arriving, and they start getting really depressed and upset about their decision. Then business starts finally picking up. But when the first guest arrives, he seemingly kills himself in his bed, stabbing himself with the room key. And his wallet is missing, and one of the kids in this family has a criminal theft record. So the dad is worried that the police will think it's murder and shut the place down. So he and his wife and son, they bury this body. Okay. And a second guest arrived at this young couple, and they take pills and kill themselves. It's kind of a rinse and repeat where the family starts getting in over their heads and hiding these bodies because business is finally picking up.
Okay.
And all this while, there's a road being built up the lodge, and the workers or whoever, they come and alert the family that they're going to soon start digging up this area so they can start, beginning road work. So they have to dig up and move the bodies and stuff. And then it really starts ramping up when the family begins kind of killing people on purpose.
Okay.
Very dark comedy. I will have to point out, though, there's a lot of needle drops in this that I found super annoying.
Oh.
A lot of like rockabilly.
Okay.
And rap and I'm fans. I'll listen to either one of those music genres, but to me, it's very 90s, and it wears out its welcome very fast.
Okay.
They do play Love and Rockets, So Alive, which is such a banger. Has nothing to do with what's happening on screen. It makes no sense at all. But I'm like, fuck yeah, I'll listen to Love and Rockets.
Okay.
But overall, I really liked it. I just appreciated how mean it was, how dark it was. Definitely dated, but you know me, I am a fan of the 90s. So if you haven't seen it, The Quiet Family, like a lot of people have vlogged it, you should definitely cue that up.
Will do.
Okay, day 7.
All right, first free space.
Oh, let's celebrate.
I watched Ding 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 Ding. Sorry, I was celebrating.
It was like the stock market bell.
Oh, ew. that was the wrong way to celebrate. I watched Disgusting Space Worms Eat Everyone! ! From 1989. This is on YouTube. I'm not sure I even need to explain what this is about because the title kind of tells you what disgusting space worms eat everyone. So Klon recommended this to me because he said, hey, Erica, child kill, which is funny because in his review for this movie, he actually mentioned that like he told me about this movie and that the last movie that he told me about a dead kid was Krzysztof Kieślowski's Decalogue.
Oh, dang. Yeah.
I know. So this is totally very different recommendations there. But anyway, mealworms have invaded. No one is safe, including children. Thanks, Klon, again. There's assless jeans. There's blood-sucking worms. There's miniatures. All the fun traps of DIY goodness. It's a lot of fun, but it's probably for trash enthusiasts only, which I know is a lot of our audience. So, it's on YouTube. Disgusting space worms eat everyone! !
2 exclamation points.
Is there 2?
There's on Letterboxd.
Oh, did I miss one?
I mean, maybe they're slowly being added.
Maybe that would be awesome if they did that. Oh my God, there are 2. I missed it! ! Point.
I mean, one of the best movie titles of all time.
I mean, yeah, you can't beat it.
Except you can with Day 8, Zombies. Neutron, the Atomic Superman versus the Death Robots. I win, right? No.
You do.
This is from 1962. It's an old black and white Mexican sci-fi horror. Written and directed by Federico Curiel, who wrote The Brainiac from the same year.
Yeah.
This is apparently, I didn't know this while popping this on, but this is the second of a 5-film series starring Latvian actor Wolf Ruvenskis as secret agent Neutron, the masked luchador who saves the world daily, much like Santo does.
Okay.
Seems to have a little bit of continuation because there was like a 1-minute exposition dump in the very beginning, mainly to introduce a few previous character roles and to let us know that Neutron saved the day in the previous film. But there's this evil masked luchador in this called Dr. Carante, who is believed to be dead, killed by a bomb in the first film. Mm-hmm. And he's back with a little person.
Oh, okay.
LP. An Igor type of assistant. His name is Nick. So this is hilariously dubbed on the version I watched in Tubi. I don't know how accurate these names line up in the original, but his name's Nick in this. And he's been watching these zombies incubate while Dr. Carante was gone. He's also been hiding the bodies of some professors who died in the first film. Each hold a secret formula, and Carante intends to merge the 3 brains of these professors into one to create a super zombie to give him each of their formulas to create a neutron bomb. But he also needs to kidnap one last professor who is still alive, Professor Thomas, played by Jack Taylor.
Oh, yay.
Red Rings of Fear, Pieces, we all know and love him.
R.I.P. Jack Taylor.
Yeah, R.I.P. So he needs to he has these 3 dead professors, get Jack Taylor to complete this diabolical plan.
Okay.
It's a really cool idea, but definitely not executed as well as
I mean, you're selling it.
I know. But I watched this, obviously for the zombies. They're really strange looking. They all look like cavemen or werewolves. They're just like ape-like creatures, and they're all wearing like the same matching jumpsuits, like a Michael Myers yellow jumpsuit. You can see it in the poster. There's a great scene where one of the zombies is being followed by Neutron and a group of policemen, and Dr. Carante commands the zombie to destroy themselves. So they rip their own head off and throw it and then just disintegrate.
Okay.
Looks awesome. Another great scene where the cops they're super annoyed with Neutron because they don't know who he is, and they try to unmask him, and he just kicks their ass and like runs off. They're basically more concerned about who Neutron is the whole movie than, Dr. Carante. But yeah, one thing, I think I pointed this out in like past podcasts, one thing I really love about these old Mexican horror films is, particularly these luchador hero movies, is they usually spend way too much time just like the characters trying to figure out who the villain is and what's going on, when as a viewer we know like the first 5 minutes because like the villain kind of explains their whole plan.
Sure.
And I just love it. But I understand why people might find this boring, but I just love to watch it unfold. The final fight between Neutron and Dr. Carante, a very Silver Age comic feel, very like panels, bam, boom, pow. Carante's yelling, "Join me, together we can rule the world." I'm assuming he's going to be back in the next film, but I'm going to queue it up and try and find him if I can and watch all of them. I did see that some of the sequels, they're directed by Alfredo Gravena, who directed one of my favorite Mexican horror films, On the Edge of Terror. I think I watched that for our Horror Gives Back last year. Mm-hmm. That's the guy that has like the puppets and he destroys them. And they come to life.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm going to queue some of these up if I can find them and add them to my Horror Gives backlist in October.
Nice.
Great movie. I had a lot of fun with it. Recommend it.
Very cool. Right. Next day is Thrillers. I'm going to preface this by saying this was part of a marathon that I programmed. So John has like a marathon every other month with his like, cult film buddies or whatever. And he has asked me a few times, like, do you want to, curate a lineup? And I always say no, because I'm like, it's a whole day. Like,
Yes,
I mean,
that sounds so fun though.
I know, but it's also like people at your house for that long. It's like, John programs his from like noon to midnight. And I'm like,
it's like 5 movies or so.
He programs 7.
Oh, damn.
Like he does not, like he usually gets like short 90-minute movies for everything. So I programmed this one. I programmed 6 movies because I was like, get the fuck out of my house at 10 o'clock. I want to go to bed. And I was like, all right, well, if I'm programming, I need to make, and I'm I'm sitting through all of these, then I need to make sure like some of these hit Junesploitation.
Right.
So this is one of them. Figures in a Landscape from 1970. This has a release from Kino, but somebody out there did put it online. I'm just saying. It stars Robert Shaw, speaking of Jaws.
Hell yeah.
And Malcolm McDowell. It immediately opens with the two of them running with their hands tied behind their backs on a beach. So I won't spoil too much of this because I think that I think part of the enjoyment of watching this is the questions that it raises. Like, why are they being chased and by whom? There are some very, very dangerous looking stunts with the helicopter in this that's chasing them. Like they're on like a mountain and the helicopter's like right fucking above them, like chasing after them. It's
Nice.
insane. Like this is like not like Hong Kong level. Like somebody definitely could have gotten Vic Morrowed in this. I'm just saying. Like it's gnarly. Anyway, it was crazy to watch. This was one of my favorite watches of the month. Just like I love Robert Shaw, I love Malcolm McDowell. The two of them together, I would never put those two together in anything.
Yeah.
And then this movie exists and it's like, oh, okay. And it's just like a grizzled old man, a younger guy, and them trying to just survive being chased after somebody. Like you don't know like what this organization is, what they escaped from, who's chasing them. Like,
but it all does wrap up nicely and come together.
I'm not spoiling the end.
Okay.
Like
No, I'm sold on this.
It's great. Like obviously I was sold when I saw like Robert Shaw, Malcolm McDowell. But yeah, like this was a great watch with the group because of like the helicopter scenes in particular. It was a little bit longer. I think it was like an hour 45, something like that. Which is normally not what we would do for a marathon, but like I was like, my marathon, my rules. So
you're gonna sit down, you're gonna like it.
Yeah, but yeah, I definitely like this one of my favorites of the month.
Nice. Watch list that one. How'd you watch it again?
It was on YouTube.
Oh, it was on. Okay.
Yeah, but it does have a Kino disc.
Okay, sweet. I will buy the Kino disc after I watch it on YouTube.
We promote the legal way to watch films.
Okay, so this was one of my favorites.
Oh.
Junesploitation wouldn't be complete without a little Fred Williamson. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I was going to say it's either Fred Williamson or it's Tim Thomerson. So.
Oh, I don't think I got Tim Thomerson in this. Well, I still have like another 15 to watch.
You do?
So.
Okay.
Day 10 is Private Eyes, and I went with Black Eye from 1974. You know what the title's about.
Yeah.
Directed by Jack Arnold, who directed The Creature from the Black Lagoon, It Came from Outer Space, This Island Earth. Like, very strange.
Yeah.
He's directing this. It's based on a Jeff Jacks novel called Murder on the Wild Side. So we have Williamson. His name is Shep Stone. So good. And he was suspended from the police force, which he usually is in almost every movie, whether he's, in all his po' boy productions, for strangling and killing a criminal. No big deal. And then at the same time, an old silent movie actor dies in the beginning of this film. I think it's how it opens up. Mm-hmm. And he always carried a cane with him his whole life, which had a jackal head as the handle. And at his funeral, The cane is laid on his coffin before it's lowered and quickly stolen by a sex worker who's there at the funeral. A man arrives at her place a little later that night, murders her, and Fred Williamson lives in the same building and confronts the guy. And there's a great realistic fight. Like, I mean, it's super clumsy, no exaggerated sound effects at all. It's just two men that shouldn't be fighting. And the bad guy gets away with the cane. So as a private eye, Williamson as Shepstone. I love that name, Shepstone. But it gets better. He finds out that the murdered sex worker also worked in adult films. So he talks to one of the producers, Max Majors.
Oh, another good name. Yeah.
Great names. He starts gathering all this intel. He finds out that Vera, the sex worker, was used in his films as a favor to that old famous silent film star who passed away. And he starts getting more info. He takes on another job that seems to be completely separate from everything, where he's hired as a private eye by a father whose daughter is missing, which obviously has something to do with all this cane business. And it all just, there's so much fucking going on in this, and how it all comes together. I'm just like, this is an amazing script, and it's all the characters are kind of there to throw you off, which I always love in movies. They're all memorable. There's a lieutenant played by Richard X. Slattery, who's the stereotypical put-off boss who hates but champions like all his wild policemen. Mm-hmm. Williamson's especially good in this. He's young, eager, really hamming it up. His knees haven't really given out yet, so he's doing his own poorly executed stunt work.
Yeah.
But I think every character role in this is just perfect. There is this violent asshole named Chess who is just fucking great. He's the guy who steals the cane initially and kills a sex worker. There's a guy named Lindy, the owner of a dive restaurant called the Pooh House. Oh. Which has Winnie the Pooh decorated all over this restaurant.
Why?
I don't know.
Wow.
And he sells like soul food. Like he sells like, collard greens and pig's feet and shit like that.
Yeah.
There's a nervous hippie drug dealer whose name is, who's called Worm. Okay. And he's calling the cops fucking pigs every chance he can get. There's a key character named Talbot, played by Cyril Delavante, who in real life was an actor, and he worked with Chaplin, Bette Davis, Bela Lugosi, all the old greats. And his role's perfect because he collects old memorabilia, and he's very interested in this cane as well. There's this one amazing scene I just have to point out where Williamson goes into a bar, he's having a beer, and he sees an old guy pushing acid to kids like at a pinball machine. Okay. So he kicks this guy's ass. He forces all the acid down the guy's throat.
Oh, shit.
Carries him to a circus carousel somewhere that's happening, lays him over the horse, and starts it up. And he says, "Have a nice trip, Mac." And he slowly walks off as the guy's like foaming at the mouth. This has nothing to do with the plot, other than just showing that Williamson is cleaning up the streets. He's just a badass. He also has a girlfriend of 3 months who's been sleeping with other women, and he gets upset. So we watch him navigate and overcome these emotions and accepts who she is. It's really kind of beautiful. Okay. Like I said, almost too much going on, but this was definitely my favorite of the month. There's not a whole lot of action, just kind of a lot of weird vignettes of just weird people, like weird scenes. And
the poster on this is fucking great.
It is. And I think a lot of people, like if you look at the reviews on Letterboxd, a lot of people seem disappointed that it's not really a blaxploitation film.
Yeah.
And that it's too convoluted. They'll look at it and be like, "This is not what I wanted from the poster. I wanted something else, and the cast didn't deliver. 2 stars." It's like, sorry, it wasn't what you thought from a poster. Like, I don't know, but I think it matches up. The poster is great. The movie's great. The ending is a little lackluster, but whatever. Like, it's way too much fun getting there. 4.5 stars.
Oh,
banger!
Wow.
Doesn't deserve it, but I gave it 4.
Okay. Okay, Adam. I'm kidding.
I think I gave Don't Go in the Woods like maybe 3 stars. I liked it.
That's fair.
I mean, it's bad. It's terrible. 5 stars.
So disasters is the next category. I already talked about that. You want to do your kung fu?
Okay, pick? Kung fu. You already talked about Bolo Young.
Yeah.
I'm watching a movie called Bolo.
Oh my God, the comedy?
The comedy, written and directed by the man himself from 1979. And I got to tell you, there's a reason he only directed 2 films in his career.
Aww.
Both the same year. It's not very good. But the first minute is a man running to a police captain, letting him know that the police chief of a small village nearby has been murdered. And as he's explaining this, there was already a new police chief who had stepped in during this moment, and a heavy bag is thrown at the guy talking to the police captain off screen. And when he and the captain open it, it's the severed head of the new police chief. He'd already been murdered and killed since the time he ran over.
Okay.
So this captain is like, fuck this. And he tells this guy to go to the local jail, pick out any 2 prisoners to be sent to the village and make them the new sheriffs. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? I mean, the setup is hilarious. It's funny, and it's obviously violent and dark with severed heads.
Yeah.
So they go to this prison and they pick out 2 guys. One is Bolo Young. He's selected. He's also called Fatty in this, which is kind of typical for.
Why would Bolo be called Fatty?
Because I guess he's the biggest guy in the whole. He's known.
Okay.
His character's like he just kind of wants to eat and sleep.
All right, that's fair. I'm just used to
built.
it being like Samo or Kent Chang being called Fatty, but Bolo never. I would never call Bolo Fatty to his face.
I wouldn't either. And the other brother or the other prisoner who's pulled is Jason Powell.
Oh, Pai Piao. Love him. Yeah.
Yeah. Shaw Brothers regular. Long Fei from Portrait in Crystal.
Yeah.
He plays a guy named Ma, and Bolo's name is Bolo in this. And Ma's kind of like the smart, agile. Bolo is strong, dim-witted. So they get into this village, which is being run by this bad guy named Mr. Powell and his thugs. So Bolo, he's made sheriff. He just wants to sleep and eat, but the thugs want to kick his ass because he's a new sheriff. So he's taking on like 4 or 5 people at a time. Great fight scenes, obviously. Great kung fu, which is the reason I picked this. I mean, the whole thing's pretty terrible. 5 stars. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's pretty terrible. Like I said, I think the kung fu is great, but in a lot of this Hong Kong comedies, the slapstick can be a little overwhelming.
It can.
And in this case, it's edited and paced so weird, just like these little segments of goofy fights that have no reason to be there other than to showcase the kung fu, which is fun to watch. But when it gets really silly, it kind of reminded me of like a Police Academy film. Same vibes, where it's the police are just as dumb as the criminals. Yeah, it's an hour and a half long. I guess it's a good way to just watch. If you want to watch just dumb comedy like a Police Academy, you could do a lot worse. They do use one of my favorite translated terms that I see in a lot of Hong Kong films, and there's a sex maniac.
Of course.
I'm always a fan of that.
Yeah.
Bolo's better in front of the camera than he is behind it. I'll just end it with that.
Well, I mean, can't blame him for trying.
No, you can't. And I kind of makes me want to watch his other comedy.
Okay. All right. So next category is 90s horror. I don't know why I gave myself this category.
I was surprised you did. I'm glad you did.
So I watched Vermilion Eyes from 1990. And the reason I watched this is because it's directed by Nathan Schiff, who directed Weasels Rip My Flesh, which I love and is in the first book. Austin from the Sin Syndicate got me connected with him because I think he was on one of their episodes. And so I was talking to him and I was like, hey, I'd love to interview you for the next book about child death. And he was like, oh yeah, Weasels has the child death, but so does my other film, Vermilion Eyes. And I was like, oh, okay. So I said, I don't see it available anywhere except on Archive. And I sent him the link and he was like, that's not the proper cut. Like, it's just blah, 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 this and that. And I was like, okay, well, do you have like the full cut somewhere? He's like, no, it hasn't been digitized yet. So you can just watch that one, but just know like the audio's out of sync. It's a terrible bootleg. And it is, it's like, it's one of the like worst visual like experiences for that reason. It was in pretty bad shape, but I did like it. I will say, I mean, it's sort of experimental, existential, shot on 8mm fever dream type movie. Very different from Weasels Rip My Flesh,
which is great, by the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was funny because after I emailed him, I was like, hey, I finally had a chance to watch it. I really enjoyed it. Here's my questions. And I was like, if you ever get the the true version out there. I'd love to watch that. And he was like, yeah, I'm not sure you'd want to watch that because that one, and he told me how long it is. And I feel like it was like 2.5 hours. And I was like,
I love it when these little like DIY.
I know.
movies.
And a part of me was like, awesome. But then the other part of me was like, fuck. So anyway, it's hard to describe because the version that I watched, the audio is out of sync for the first 20 minutes. The movie is like scenes are out of order, which kind of plays into the whole fever dream aspect of it. It starts with a man who dresses in a hazmat suit who basically like shows up to accidents and films dead bodies. Then the lines get kind of blurred. One of the car accidents does involve a toddler, so that's why. He said there's multiple child deaths in it. I might have missed something because the movie itself trying to put me in a fever dream, so I'm going to need to go back and rewatch this version or watch the full-length one if that ever comes out. To summarize, it would be pointless. And because I can't explain it, it has to be kind of experienced. I'm going to defer to Scumbelina's Letterboxd review. They wrote, quote, dreamiest, murderiest, glowing velvet painting, Venus fantasy, cemetery sister lover. Experiments in fuzz and dark, Milligan-esque sounds and tone. Fetishy Deathman, fogged up timeline, spaceline, seems to exist outside of our dimension at some point. Not on Earth, killer on an extraterrestrial plane, marigold and black figures, and sandy necrosis. Psychic fever dream that can barely be contained. All of this is accurate, but also like the movie in its form that is out there is not correct. So it's also like, that's the correct review of this version of the film, but it's also not the correct version of the film. So
Did Nathan like say like if it will be getting a release or cleaned up?
He did say that he is talking to one of the labels right now about getting all of his 4 films. So like Weasels Rip My Flesh, like he's this is the only one that hasn't been digitized yet. Like this one only exists on film. So this boot version, he's like, I don't even know how this happened. Blah, blah. And I was like, okay, well,
Interesting.
I'm sorry, but can you please answer my questions? Thank you. So anyway, he's going to have an interview in the book whenever I finally finish that, because I haven't worked on it in months because I've been busy.
You have a shitload done already.
I do. I only have 2 chapters left, but they're like the biggest chapters. So I say that when that's almost like a third of the book.
Well, it's exciting. You have people being interviewed for this volume.
I mean, I've got quite a few people. I still have like one more person I need to reach back out to that I keep forgetting to, and that's on me. Abraham connected me with them, so I feel like I can't let that fall through because we love Abraham.
Yes.
Okay, Lance.
Day 14. Okay. Canon. Got the Canon group.
Hell yeah.
Agallen and Globus produced The 7 Magnificent Gladiators from 1983, directed by Claudio Fragasso and Bruno Mattei.
Well, yeah, absolutely. That means like that's a formula for banger right there.
It is, because it stars Lou Ferrigno, obviously, Sybil Danning, and Brad Harris. Also stars Carla Ferrigno, Lou Ferrigno's real wife.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. That is the end of my review. No, I'm just kidding. Very basic story. Lou plays this guy named Han, and he's this gladiator he's the chosen one. He's the only one that can yield this magic sword that was given to him by a village and needing protection. There's an evil emperor. Yeah, as you expect. There's a lot of recognizable Italian characters throughout. Sal Borghese plays one of the 7 gladiators, and he kicks knives out of his sandals.
Okay.
And I was like, this guy is so familiar. You know, I've seen his face in so many spaghetti westerns and probably sword and sandal movies. And I realized he was in Adios Sabata from 1970. And he's playing like the exact same character, because when I watched that, he kicked small little iron balls out of his boots. I'm like, this is just a fucking... I bet it was a callback.
Yeah.
Brad Harris, who's obviously an American actor, but he's in a ton of Italian films. He plays the suave gladiator. This thing's very messy, as you expect. But as soon as I kind of settled in to my couch and I realized this could be like the Miami connection of sword and sandal films. And I was fully on board. The main villain's name is Nicoroti, and he sounded just like Jay Peterman from Seinfeld.
Oh, God.
Which was just an added bonus. Like, the fresh air has cured me like a black forest ham. But I think my review is, does this deserve 3 stars? No. It deserves 3.5.
Okay.
And the letterboxed orange heart. Definitely worse than my rating, but I was in a perfect mood for it. I just really enjoyed it. It does have 4 young boys murdered in the first 10 minutes. I think I texted you. Maybe I didn't.
I don't think so.
I felt like I texted a few movies during Junesploitation.
What was this one again?
The 7 Magnificent Gladiators.
I think you did, actually. No. You did not.
I didn't?
No. Watch listed.
Interesting. Maybe I just made this 4 young boys being murdered up.
Why would you do that?
But it says first 10 minutes, so you can figure it out pretty quick.
All right.
It's on Tubi.
You gave this 3.5 stars, and everyone else I follow gave it 1.5.
That's what I just said. Were you not listening?
But like I know, but I'm just comparing it for.
Yeah, no, like it is understandably terrible and deserves a rating that the low rating people are giving it. But like I said, if you get in that mindset, and I started seeing some of the acting and the characters like mimicking the Miami Connection like plot side by side. I'm like, this is the Miami Connection of sword and sandal movies.
I'll go into it with that mindset.
Yeah.
And when I do my write-up, I will quote you. Be like, Lance said, treat this like the Miami Connection of Peplin movies. So that's what I did. And here's what I have to say about this film.
5 stars.
Unlikely.
All right, we're halfway there.
Yes. George Romero. I thought I was going to struggle with this one, but then I realized, I was like, well, maybe I'll just do like one rewatch. And then I started watching The Dark Half, and I realized I thought I had seen this before, and maybe I did when I was in like junior high or something. But after watching it, I'm pretty sure I skipped over this one.
Really?
Yeah. No, I mean, it's not a top tier King adaptation for me, but it's by no means the worst. I don't know. There's just something comforting about, revisiting like Castle Rock and, whether it's in a movie or a book, since I spent so much time with these books when I was a kid. I love the gore at the end. It is a 90s movie, but it's also George Romero. But I don't think I was ever going to love this, but I do like it. So
yeah, same.
Okay.
Yeah, I read the book when I was, in middle school or whenever I read it,
Mm-hmm.
and then watched the movie. I loved the movie when I was a kid. I don't like it as much now.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the case with a lot of like King adaptations, is because I was just so much in that world when I was a kid that I was like, read the book, watch the movie, or vice versa, watch the movie, read the book, kind of thing. But
it has twins in it though, so I was obviously into that.
Yeah, well, doppelgangers.
Yeah.
So, make a note.
There you go, The Dark Half.
It's on Tubi. I think Vinegar Syndrome just put out a pretty fancy release of it, which I don't own since I'm not a subscriber anymore. But if you haven't seen it, check it out. I like it. I think, what's his name? Timothy Hutton gives...
Yeah.
He's fine.
He's fine. Yeah, he's kind of a forgettable actor, but while you're watching him, he's entertaining enough.
Yeah, it's hard to believe him as like the evil, like
like the silver toed boot wearing, like, hey,
I'm like, I'm not buying it, guy. You're Timothy Hutton. You're John Hughes guy. I don't know. So, but I mean, it's fine, and I'm glad I finally watched it and capped off some George Romero blind spot for me, I guess.
It was interesting to see George Romero added to this list, and then they got rid of Day 17.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to in a minute.
Yeah.
My first free space, Day 16. So I watched this for teenagers. Like I said, I had planned to watch all 30 movies. And I was like, I'm just going to put this movie on because it's a Doris Wishman movie. It was her last film called Each Time I Kill, released in 2007, way after Wishman passed away. So if you look at my list on Letterboxd, it's under teenagers. I'm using it as a free space. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it.
Fair.
And I fucking loved this movie. I've talked about, as kids, we had CWTV, Captain Trips Television. We would make these long skits. And this felt like one that we would have written on the fly with no, there's no script. You wing it, you improv the whole thing. And this very much felt like one of those. It's about Ellie, a high school student with terrible acne, teeth, hair, everything. She's basically the ugliest person in the world. Mm. And we actually did a short skit with CWTV where I played Herman. We had a theme song, Herman, the ugliest boy in the world. And I would do this.
Oh my God. I wish everyone could see your face.
And I had like a cap and I'd flip the cap up. I'd tuck my, it was just really bad. I'd get beat up in school and stuff. So I related to this as, a character playing Herman. It was like watching what we were so excited creating as goofy little kids.
Yeah.
But anyway, Ellie finds this locket in this creepy old house that the whole town says is haunted. And she finds out that the locket will give her one feature from a victim she kills. So she begins seeking out beautiful high schoolers to murder so that she can get that one person's best feature. So her victims have flawless skin, beautiful hair, perfect teeth. And Ellie has to chant, I shall change my image, and so I shall change my destiny, while she's killing them. And when she murders these people, their features are replaced with Ellie's bad features. So the cops are like, what the fuck is up with these? What's with their teeth? And the mom's like, my daughter's never had teeth like that before. And this dead body's wearing like these fake Austin Powers teeth all. It's so great. During this whole time, though, her parents head out of town to care for her sick aunt, and they die in a car wreck on the way there. So it kind of hits weird, serious tones that you just kind of don't see. You don't see in a lot of Wishman movies, but you just don't see in a lot of movies like this overall. And she really hates herself. So there's like, attempts at suicide, which is real kind of like, whoa, this is getting serious. But she remembers that amulet she found, the locket, and she just continues killing and becoming this beautiful, beautiful person. The actress playing Ellie, she rules. She gave me Amy Sedaris, Strangers with Candy vibes. Fred Schneider from the B-52s plays her dad.
Oh, wow.
Linnea Quigley plays her crazy aunt. John Waters has a small part as a guy just watching a movie in a theater.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's recycled, but the music's fantastic. It's kind of like this really creepy, just well-placed library music. I just really vibed with it. I think it's a banger of a last film from already awesome filmography from Wishman.
Yeah.
Again, I've been rating these movies a lot higher than most on Letterboxd. I think I gave this 4 stars, but definitely worth watching.
Okay. Hong Kong action still.
Oh, yeah. This is where I have 2 in a row. Okay. Hong Kong action. Yeah. This isn't Fulci, which is kind of a surprise.
I mean, I was already gearing up for this, like planning, like, okay, I'm going to get into a comedy this year or something like that. So, but no, I mean, it's fine.
Yeah. No, I'm happy with my pick. I picked Moon Warriors from 1992, directed by Sammo Hung. We've already talked about him.
Yeah.
Stars Andy Lau and Maggie Cheung. This is such a feel-good, positive film. It's very simply put, it's just about good and evil. All the characters are super sweet, super kind. I watched a translated or a Americanized version, so I don't know if these character names are just specific to the English dub. But the main guy's name is Fish. He's a man from the small village who stumbles across this empathetic emperor and what's left of his followers who are slowly being hunted and killed off. And Fish takes them in, feeds them. He helps them escape a fight where they're all outnumbered. And he also swims with his best friend, which is an orca named Neptune.
Oh.
So those scenes are great. There's always like a really happy tune playing while they're just laughing together, swimming. But the emperor's brother, who is super evil, he's the one who's chasing his brother and his remaining followers to wipe them all out and take the throne for total control. This thing felt very much like if I had watched it as a kid, it'd probably be like a childhood favorite.
Yeah.
Very kind of like Never-Ending Story vibes and tone. But there's some like awesome gore, decapitations, blood geysers, all the stuff you kind of hope for.
Yeah.
It's Sammo Hung. The action and stunt work is kind of next level. A lot of, wires and flying during fights and like bamboo forests and stuff, running along trees. Yeah, there's this added music to make it all feel very much like a fantasy, like a fairy tale, like you're in another world, kind of like probably like the new He-Man movie. I don't know. But again, the dubbed version on Tubi might make it actually sillier than it really is. But if it's accurate translation, it all worked for me. Looks great. The cinematographer's the same guy who photographed Once Upon a Time in China, the 36 Chamber of Shaolin. Really well edited too. It really moves along. There is a love story that pops up in the middle. That's kind of a gut punch to the pacing. What I called very similar to Charlie's mom singing "Cheer Up, Charlie" in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Just kind of, this is perfect pacing. And then you get this short little area that kind of lulls you to sleep. But yeah, Stamos still keeps it entertaining. Once the focus is done, it gets back to action. The last 15 minutes, though, are just brutal. Fish's village is attacked. A soldier kills a young girl on the beach. Did I text this one to you?
Wait, maybe you did because it's on my watch list. Hold, please.
I mean, it might have already been in your list.
Yes, you did.
Okay. Yeah, and then there's this great final duel with everyone against the evil emperor. And when I say everyone, I mean everyone.
I get that. I get what you're throwing down here because I'm looking at Henry, one of our listeners, his review of it. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to say it.
Okay.
Neptune the Orca makes an appearance, which made me tack on an extra half star, by the way.
I would do the same. I might even get a full star just for that.
Yeah, another favorite of the month for me, actually. There is like some funny twists that you see coming from a mile away. But again, it almost felt like a kid's movie. And if I was a kid and watching this and the twist happened, I'd be like, oh my God, like, holy shit. Definitely seek this out. I think it's on Tubi. It's kind of all over the place. Okay. Prime, all over.
Right. Next category is my boy Franco Nero. I watched Don't Turn the Other Cheek from 1971, aka Long Live Your Death. This is on Tubi. So Nero's character says that he is a Russian prince, and he goes by the name, here we go, Prince Dmitry Vasilovich Vladek Orlowski. It's a mouthful. He impersonates a priest to get to a prisoner, Lozoya, played by Eli Wallach, who has information about where to find a stash of gold. Lynn Redgrave is in this, and she also wants Lozoya for her own reasons related to the Mexican Revolution. So it's like one of those, walks into a bar joke with a Russian prince, an Irish journalist, and a Mexican thief.
Right.
It also has part of a treasure map tattooed on a guy's butt.
Oh, that's just like Lust in the Dust.
Stranger and a Gunfighter, too.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
on that one, too. So someone make a letterbox list of treasure maps tattooed on butts, please. It definitely earns the other genre tag of comedy, but not in an obnoxious way. There is a dead kid in this, but it's like just shown with men hunting them. So I'll probably still include it, even though it's like off screen. It happens during the event of the movies. And I'm doing a lot of off screen ones in this volume, but I liked it. It's not top tier Nero, but like, honestly, like I'll watch him in anything. I don't fucking care, so. And
it's got our girl in there.
Oh, of course, Carla Mancini's in it.
She pops up.
I don't know what
says she's a telegrapher.
Okay. Well, see, now I feel like I got to watch it again and so I can actually say, I have seen Carla Mancini in a movie.
Okay. Day 19 is Black Filmmakers. This was a last minute change. I had initially had Bill Gunn's Personal Problems, which I picked up the Kino disc for that like years ago and just haven't popped it open. But I went with The Double from 2013.
Okay. Written
and directed by Black filmmaker by Richard Ayoade. Director of the absolutely perfect Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. This movie, The Double, is actually included on the Letterboxd top 250 Black directed list.
Oh, okay.
Which kind of surprised me. Stars Jesse Eisenberg and Mia Wasikowski. Eisenberg is The Double, which is too many Eisenbergs. I'm not really a big fan of Eisenberg, but I actually liked him in this.
Okay.
Especially the first half when it's kind of him just being, Jesse Eisenberg, that very nerdy, awkward, almost creepy type of, out of place
I
person.
can just never separate him from Social Network. Like in my head, he's just perpetually Zuckerberg.
I've never watched The Social Network.
Really?
I've never seen it. I've been told
I'm
like
surprised
it's so
you
great.
would love the score. Like it's just
because
fucking amazing.
Because it's Trent Reznor.
Yeah.
It's like I think it might be one of his major first scores, but I need to watch it. I know they're doing a follow-up and Jeremy Strong is playing Zuckerberg.
Okay.
They reached out to Eisenberg and he's like, I do not want to have anything to do with Mark Zuckerberg. He's a terrible man. I don't want to be known as,
Well, too late. You are, guy. Sorry.
Yeah. I like Jesse Eisenberg in his interviews and I like him as a person. He also produced Secret Mall Apartment, which I loved at South by Southwest. But anyway, in The Double, he's playing his nerdy, awkward. He's kind of a creepy stalker in this. He works in this corporate environment and kind of this futuristic society. It's like a timeless setting. And the boss, who's known as the Colonel, he essentially turns people into nameless robots. And this awkward employee, Eisenberg, he becomes infatuated with Wasikowski's character, who also works there. And she's living in the building next to him. He spies at her at night with his little telescope, and he sees this faceless man one night on the ledge of her building. He's holding up binoculars so you can't see his face, and he's looking directly at Jesse Eisenberg, and he waves, and he jumps off, killing himself. Splat. Afterwards, a very confident, suave doppelganger of Eisenberg arrives at work. Everybody immediately loves him, even though he's a jackass. He's kind of a dick to everybody, but he's just coasting by. He gets the girl. No one seems to recognize that he looks exactly like the other Jesse Eisenberg, and it's driving the nerdy one crazy. He's getting violent and just doing stupid stuff. Kind of in it's very kind of Fight Clubby way, where it turns out his doppelganger's kind of manifested from this emotional distress of loneliness, and it's who he wants to be.
Yeah,
kind of been done before, but I really like how mean Ayoade goes with his humor. You get tons of scenes that really work as far as kind of just off the wall humor where you're like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that in this movie. But a little bit of dark place comes through too, completely absurd, makes you laugh out loud in some spots. I really like the first half more than the second. His boss is played by Viceni Sean Wallace from the Princess Bride, and he's very inconceivable in this. Just as you expect, he's the same guy. The original score is also fantastic. Andrew Hewitt, who just did the music for The Dark Place. But yeah, I thought it was fine. I didn't hate it. I think I gave it 3 stars. I thought Eisenberg does a good job, even though I dislike him for reasons that are kind of unknown to me.
I don't know. Like you're right. Like as a person, like I have heard him in interviews and I'm like, oh, I share a lot of sentiments with this guy kind of thing. But like he does like it actually does kind of sound like perfect casting for this movie, because the original character from Dostoevsky's The Double,
which this is based on, obviously.
Is very like the story itself is kind of funny, because like the original Golyadkin, I think I'm saying it right, in The Double is this like nerdy, always trying to please, like he just speaks in like common phrase, like platitudes, like, oh, just everything happens for a reason, and like, oh, we're always looking on the bright side, like all those sort of things. And when I saw like you had logged this, and I was like, oh, actually, he works well for this character, because my perception of him as an actor is just as like somebody very annoying. Yeah, no,
and that's why I think I like the first half so much, because it's perfectly cast. But then I think on the second half, when the suave one comes, it might be a situation like Timothy Hutton, where you're like, this does not work. How is he so irresistible? Like what? I still see Jesse Eisenberg.
Right? Yeah.
And I can't say I would like it more if a different actor was cast, because I think Eisenberg understood the assignment. He did great.
Yeah.
It's worth watching for sure.
Okay.
I think it was on Netflix. It was somewhere. We still subscribe to Netflix.
I don't blame anyone who does. I just don't. But like,
I forget why. There was a show we were watching on there. Oh, we started Peaky Blinders. Okay. Peaky Blinders, and we wanted to watch the movie and stuff.
Okay.
That's my reasoning. People don't hate me.
Nobody hates you here.
Okay.
Except Piper.
Oh, Piper. No, look at no. She loves me.
Loves you. All right. So speaking of Black filmmakers, the next category is 80s sci-fi. I watched Time Stalkers from 1987. This was on Tubi. This was a CBS TV movie directed by Michael Schultz. No relation. He also spells his last name.
Yeah, he spells his name the way you read it on the back of most special features.
I know. Perpetually, my last
SCH.
name is spelled wrong. But it stars William Devane, who I love, as a professor obsessed with the Old West. It opens with him and his son playing OK Corral, and then the wife takes the boy to school and they get in a car accident and die. Devane becomes even more obsessed with the Old West. He buys some artifacts at an auction, including a photo of Klaus Kinski.
What?
I know. From 1886, holding a gun that was made in 1980. So every 5 to 10 minutes, there is a flashback to Klaus in 1880, and he is constantly like shaking his head with his hair, just like constantly. Then Lauren Hutton shows up in an electric flash and
relation.
No,
Sorry.
Yeah. She starts to help Devane figure out this mysterious photo. The tone is very goofy. The transitions are pretty jarring. They're actually done with like a wipe screen and the Star Wars blaster sound effect.
Oh, shit. Watch listed.
But I was here for the cast. It's under 80 minutes. Klaus Kinski, William Devane, Lauren Hutton, like I'm sold. It's not a great sci-fi Western, but the films that traverse both of those genres are few and far between. So I'm like, I'll take it.
A lot of great character actors in this. You got Cliff from Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
You got the dad from James Avery from Fresh Prince.
Yes, he's in that too. Yeah. But so Time Stalkers 1987. It's hard to not recommend it, but also like someone's going to watch it and be like, what the fuck is this? So it's a weird one, but yeah.
Nice. Okay. I got another free space here for day 21. That's where we're at, right? Day 21. Another film that wasn't on my initial list, but I watched this for something that we're working on. It's the 1980 TV movie, The Lathe of Heaven.
Okay.
Based on the novel by Ursula K. Le Guin. Is that how you say your last name?
Yeah.
Okay. And it follows George Orr. Played by
Wait,
Bruce.
it sounds like Jar Jar. God damn it.
Misa George Orr. Misa in the Lathe of Heaven.
Oh my God.
That was like a little bit of Crypt Keeper. There's a lot going on there. Okay.
Yeah.
So George Orr is played by Bruce Davidson, and he's a man whose dreams alter reality. When he wants to try to stop this, his psychiatrist, Dr. Haber, played by Kevin Conway, which is just a year before his role in Toby Hooper's Funhouse.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, I see you. This doctor discovers this power, and he kind of hypnotically manipulates George's dreams to improve the world and also kind of help his career. He begins to orchestrate his dreams. At first, he plans to just cure him, but then he realizes, oh shit, their first session, he altered reality, and he's like, okay, well, let's make this world a better place. Let's stop years of constant raining. It takes place in the future, like in Oregon or something. And when they wake up, he's told it hasn't rained in Portland for like 2 years. So the doctor's like, this is pretty badass. Let's stop years of wars. So he dreams about aliens battling on the moon to like bring Earth together to fight these aliens. So there's no Earth, or there's no wars on Earth, but there's like the Star Wars happening.
Okay.
Overpopulation. He dreams of a plague that kills 6 million people. Racism. Let's end racism. He wakes up and everybody is the same shade of gray. It's has a lot of cool ideas, presented in a very low budget manner. It's just a TV movie. It's very dialogue driven, which kind of makes sense because the source material, there's a lot of kind of nerdy theorizing and discussing their powers, that just a lot of two people talking face to face.
Yeah.
But it made for like a relaxing Sunday morning watch. Like you kind of pop this on and you're like, oh, this is...
it has the word lathe in it. And so it's like that automatically is just like,
Yeah, it's going to be a calming watch. Don't expect too much action. It is funny though, because you can tell this was probably a 2-part series or broken up, in like 2 weeks or 2 nights of showing on television. Because there's like this in the very middle, there's this exposition dump that's clearly a reminder of last week's episode. Yeah. It's definitely too long for what it is. I think it's over an hour 40. Great ideas though. Probably worth reading. I'd like to read Le Guin's novel, but I enjoyed this. I enjoyed most of the stuff that get low ratings on Letterboxd. Again, that's just who I am as a person.
Okay.
But I think there's been a couple of adaptations of this. I think there was one like within the last 15 years or so that was done. But I've read that this one's better.
Okay.
Okay, day 22.
Revenge. I watched Born to Fight from 1984. This was on Prime. It's dubbed. So I thought this was going to be a revenge movie based on the cover art, but it's not. But I didn't have time to pick a new one, and I want to talk about this movie. So anyway, there's essentially no plot except that a guy who is a really sick Muay Thai fighter has to go find a guy, but that guy looks like another guy. And whoops, this was all a big misunderstanding. That's essentially the plot. But none of this matters. None of it. Because that is not why you should watch it. This is an early film from Panna Ridikrai. I probably pronounced that completely wrong. It's a Thai movie. He would go on to make the Ong Bak movies, as well as the remake of this film in 2004, which sounds equally insane as far as stunts go. Everyone should watch this, but only with a crowd, or at minimum with like 2 other people. Not with your girlfriend. She won't. I'm sorry. I don't know your girlfriend, but she probably won't appreciate it. But like, just watch it with other people and just marvel at what these Thai stuntmen did. There are so many like blows and punches that really landed. People falling on their necks, like flipped over backwards and like upright on their neck, like on the fucking ground. Not a single, like high up, like way up here, falling onto the fucking dirt ground. No landing pads. You see them fucking, it's up there with Hong Kong, like stunts in like 80s, 90s. But like, I don't know. I honestly, I want to say like, I don't think they had like anyone there kind of supervising to like make sure everyone was okay. They were just like, we're just fucking doing this.
So you're watching somebody possibly be paralyzed or worst case die in some scenes.
Yeah. And like, this was one of my favorite watches of the month, only because this was another one that we watched during the marathon that I programmed. And everyone was just like, holy fuck. Like, granted, there's plenty of boring parts in this. Like, them trying to like have a plot is just like, just stop. Like, just show us all the action. There's one scene where a guy is on a car and he gets launched. The car stops like really fast and it gets launched onto another car. He hits the car, bounces off of it, and then lands on the fucking road in front of the car. It's in fucking insane. So I'm actually excited to watch the 2004 version. One of the guys who came over for the marathon, Connor, said that either Edgar Wright or Tarantino, one of them, who just both annoy me, but like they were talking up this 2004 version as far as like the stunts and the action go. And I looked at some of the reviews for the 2004 version, Laird, Justin Decloux, like all those guys who like I trust when it comes to like these kinds of action films. They're all like, oh my God, this shit's insane. I'm like, okay, sold. Born to Fight 1984 was this one. 2004 is coming up for next Junesploitation.
Hell yeah. Okay. Exploitation Auteurs. There we go. Day 23. This was the first film I watched for Junesploitation. I think it might have been in May. Jess Franco's Rafifi in the City. 1963. This was on Tubi, or as the title card says, Rafifi in the City. Do you remember Paco? I don't know who Paco is. I don't know what it references in the movie, but it's an early Spanish noir thriller by Franco, beautifully shot. Apparently, Orson Welles watched and was so impressed by this film that it prompted him to hire Franco as assistant director in his Shakespearean masterpiece, Chimes at Midnight, the year later. The story has a lot going on, but it's essentially about this very persistent police detective trying to expose the drug trafficking ring of a popular presidential candidate in an unnamed Latin America country. There's so much more involvement, though, from like just other small characters. Again, one of my favorites in films are just like red herrings or people popping in thinking like, what the fuck does this person have anything to do with anything? And in a lot of cases, they don't have anything to do with the plot, which I find entertaining. It's a noir, but it has a giallo element too. One character is murdered in the very beginning, and then this leather-clad unknown killer begins picking off his murderers one by one.
Okay.
So I think you'll figure out who the killer is immediately, but it's still a fun mystery to watch unfold. The first 30 minutes, I was like incredibly excited because there was so much happening that was like tying together, like a bunch of loose ends, like immediately. And it just, everything was making perfect sense, even though there's so much happening. I thought maybe I stumbled across kind of a 5-star banger from Franco.
Yeah.
But by the hour mark, it starts moving very slow. It is a very captivating script. It's just so deliberately paced that it kind of, I don't know, just extending scenes, showcasing a detective, like taking his time walking into an office, gangster strolling in the shadows of an empty street.
Yeah.
I loved watching it, but at the same time, I was like, let's wrap this up. I gave it 4 stars still, which is higher than most people. I was really vibing with it until I wasn't, but then I started again. And, I've already said I love the awkward fights that are very, realistic, not over exaggerated. And the gangsters beat up people in this. There's no sound effects whatsoever. It's just throwing and landing punches, just dull, almost boring beatings.
Okay.
That felt very real. But yeah, if legend is true, I can see why Orson Welles was so impressed by this.
Okay.
And I would hire him too.
Okay.
All right, we're getting close.
Yeah. Slashers. Mine is not a horror movie, though. It's One Man Jury from 1978, starring Jack Palance, Charisma Vacuum, Christopher Mitchum, and Sweaty Joe Spinell.
Oh, yeah.
There is a killer named the Slasher. There it is. That is raping and killing women. The first killing we see has a witness who proceeds to go around telling everyone that she's the only witness, and even has her picture in the paper in an article about the killing. You want to know what happens to her?
She dies.
Yeah.
She's slashed.
So it's no wonder Palance has to become a one-man jury to take these criminals down because he's not great at setting up a solid case for the DA. He's not a great cop. He is a great one-man executioner, though. Fucking Christopher Mitchum, man, I swear, if that guy could just, ever have any kind of charisma, I don't know. Anyway, it's just, yeah. So Palance, I'm sure the DA hates him. Lenny Briscoe would never. That's for my Law and Order fans. Just for a cop, he's not very good about, crime and stuff. He's just I'm just gonna get a gun and, take care of the shit myself.
You are my number one man jury.
There it is. I enjoyed it, but it's fine. I don't remember what I gave it. Probably 2.5.
Let's see. I have it pulled up. You gave it 2.5.
Yeah, look at me.
Okay, Jackie Chan. Right?
Yeah, you got all the Hong Kong this
Okay,
time.
we're rotating at this point to the end.
Yes.
Okay. First Strike. I've never seen it.
Okay.
1996. I watched the English dubbed version, which is called Jackie Chan's First Strike. The Hong Kong release is Police Story 4 First Strike.
Mm.
So much happening in this thing. The first 20 minutes are just crazy. It's starting in Hong Kong, and then we move to Ukraine with an intense snowmobile chase, with the crazy gun battle, shooting down helicopters, Jackie falling into a frozen lake from said helicopter. And when he wakes up, he's in Russia and is taken to a submarine to take him to Australia, where he has a live koala in his hotel suite.
Oh.
It's just nuts. I'm like, what is going on in this movie? And that's kind of what it is. It's very globe-trotting, James Bond movie feeling.
Okay.
Starting with the recurring original score played over the opening credits, which is a complete Bond ripoff. And I have no problem with that, by the way.
Yeah.
Jackie even says multiple times in this movie that he feels like 007. So it's very intentional. It obviously showcases Jackie's stunt work and his cuteness, which he's always the best at playing a clueless hero.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, not much to say. If you've seen a Police Story or any 90s Jackie Chan film, really, you know what you're getting into. I think a lot of listeners have probably already seen this. I hadn't watched this one yet. Of course, as with most Jackie Chan films, we always get the bloopers reel during the credits. Failed stunt work. There's this great ladder fight sequence in the film where apparently he busted his nose open during one of the takes. So we get to watch that. And I'm like, oh, Jackie, you're what you do for us. We love you. Yeah. First Strike. Great little... I'm closing in on the Police Story collection.
Nice. I take it back. I do have 2 in a row here.
Oh, that's right.
Makes sense because you had 2 in a row. Anyway, but I think I threw myself off because I did both my airport movies. But anyway, Heroes and Villains, day 26. I watched Assassination Orders from 1984. I had to download this one from Legal Adjacent. It's a Japanese film all about like samurai clan battles. The main character, Kanbei, is doing his best Toshiro Mifune Yojimbo impression, taking money for work, but without any real sort of skin in the game. He has to rescue a princess because of some power grab situation. This is another one we watched during the marathon. It was okay. Like, it was I think out of all the movies we watched, this was probably like the 2.5, 3-star one. But pretty sure this was a TV movie. There's no blood in it for like a samurai movie. And they're cutting people left and right, but no blood. It takes away a lot of the fun, out of these types of movies. I don't know. It was fine. Nothing to make an effort to hunt down though. So Assassination Orders, only if you've gone through all the Chambara samurai type films, would I seek this out.
Cool.
There's a dead kid in it, so I had to watch it.
Oh,
so,
no. You got a lot of dead kids. Oh, well, you programmed it. So
I did. Yeah, I'm selfishly, I'm like, I got to cover some Junesploitation and dead kid movies. So yeah, tried to knock out a few. All right, and then day 27 is Italian cinema. This is another dead kid movie. I watched Hercules, Samson, and Ulysses from 1963. This is on our favorite website, Akru. Standard peplum, directed by Pietro Francischi, I think is how you pronounce it. So you have Hercules and his men, including Ulysses, sailing out to kill a sea monster, which is literally a large sea lion. I'm not kidding. Like, they show they're having the attack scene, and they keep cutting to like scenes of a sea lion like up close, like thrashing around in the water. It's fine, but like, I'm like, that's your sea monster? Like, you can't even do... what's the one that has... There's like one Sword and Sandal movie where there's like this fake octopus that like is made out of... It looks like it's made out of like plastic. Like just like,
wrapped around people.
Like balloon material. I don't know. It's super funny. But anyway, this is just a sea lion. But a storm destroys their ship. They end up in Judea, where Hercules is mistaken for Samson. So a bunch of villagers, including children, are killed, and a lion gets hugged to death. So it's interesting because it's a crossover peplum, kind of like assembling the Avengers, except Ulysses is kind of basically Hawkeye in this, while Hercules and Samsung are like the Hulk and Captain America. They're like the big dudes.
Look at you.
I know.
Avengers?
I am trying to appeal to the masses here. I haven't seen a Marvel movie in a very long time, so I don't even know if any of these people these Marvel characters are still alive. So I don't know what's going on over there. It's been a few years.
No, I mean, there's a different Captain America. Yeah, Hulk is popping up in the new Spider-Man, but it's Bruce Banner, so he doesn't know it's Peter Parker.
I actually don't care. I don't know why you're even trying to explain it. I just am saying, I'm just
trying to test my own knowledge to see if I remember.
Oh, okay.
So, and I feel like I do.
But so there's Hercules movies, there's Samson movies, there's, Ulysses. I don't know that there's many peplums with Ulysses because he's not exactly like a, Hulk and hero kind of thing. But right. They did this like crossover movie, which, I think is interesting for that reason. I thought it was pretty good. So I'd recommend it. Probably gave it 3 stars if I had to guess.
Guessed correctly.
Hey, look at me. I'm
at you.
2 for 2.
All right, day 28. I only got 2 more after this.
Yeah.
2 more with this. According to Letterboxd, I have never watched a PM entertainment film before, which is what this category is. I swear I pulled up the list, that's like, you could pull up a PM entertainment list. Nothing, 0 watched of whatever it was, 150.
No, there's no way. After this many June's, this is like your 10th one, right?
They've never done PM entertainment, though, as a category. This is the first time they've done PM
I just
entertainment.
figured like any PM entertainment would just randomly pop up for
I mean, they fit the category for a good Junesploitation for sure.
Huh, okay. Joseph Merhi movies, nothing? Like, I'm just...
How many have you watched from so just pulling up the first list, let's see.
Hold on.
I've watched 1 of 101, and this is the one I've watched.
Well, that's City Lights. What's the name of this movie?
My movie's called Forced to Kill from 1994.
Okay, so
It's kind of like a Born to Fight type title where it's like, this is going to be cheesy.
Oh, this one's got, what's his face in it? Michael Ironside. I put this on my watch list a while ago.
Yeah, well, I picked it because of the cast. And also it's directed by a stuntman, and we love stuntmen turned directors.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a good number, and these are all like Junesploitation watches too.
I've never watched a PM. This is my first one. I've lost my PM entertainment virginity to Forced to Kill.
I've watched 11 PM entertainment movies.
Well,
which
next year I'm picking 30.
The Art of Dying, Wings Hauser. That's a classic.
Yeah, right? I mean, I recognized a lot of these, and the Wing Hauser, because he's obviously heavily involved in PM entertainment.
Yeah, Blood Money, another Wings Hauser one. Like,
there were some good ones to pick.
They should have made Wings Hauser a category.
Did they? 1 year?
I mean, they should just do it every year. That should be their new Fulci.
Yeah, because there's a lot, and a lot of his movies are very Junesploitation.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. Your movie, Forced to Kill.
Forced to Kill, directed by a stuntman named Russell Solberg, who did stunt work in Die Hard, They Live, Runaway Train, Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Oh. I just bought the Criterion.
I did too.
Yeah.
I bought that, and I bought probably something I shouldn't have, but Cronenberg's The Shrouds, because I want to watch that.
I liked it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've heard like it's man. But anyway, this is about a repo man who's taking a car across state lines for a job, and he stops in this small town for a quick bite. He's kidnapped by these country boys who want to enter him into an underground fighting tournament to win big money.
No.
When he escapes and he finds the sheriff, played by Michael Ironside, he's like, "Bro, I've just been kidnapped. What the hell?" And the guy's like, "What are you talking about?" Michael Ironside's like, "Take me to this place." And he delivers the goods back because he's in on it.
Of course.
Chains them back up. Kind of Texas Chainsaw Massacre feeling. These hicks end up kidnapping this guy's girlfriend to force him to fight. Bad action. Stunt work is fucking awesome.
That's what PM entertainment is. Like, you're there to watch like fucking cars smash and explode and like
you get
glass
that.
Smash. Yeah.
You get a man dragged behind a car, knocking men off of horseback, people falling off cliffs, dropping into bodies of water, boat chases, helicopter chases, hanging off of moving cars, all that stuff. But the fights, the choreograph is they're terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Just bad stuff. So much grunting in the fights too, I noticed. Like both the guys, like the guy throwing the punch and the guy hitting. So he's like, it's like too much. And that really stood out to me. I'm like, what? This is cool. I want to watch more PM entertainment. But I mainly picked this, like I said, because of the cast of characters. The star is stuntman Corey Michael Eubanks, who also wrote and produced it. So this is a full-on total vanity project.
Okay.
Because he's very bland, like a Michael Dudikoff, or like he built like a tank. Awesome to look at, but just don't make him say or do anything. Like just let him stand there. But yeah, the credits. What I got here? This Corey Michael Eubanks, the writer, producer, star. He has a great stuntman career. Memento, Mulholland Drive, Captain America: First Avenger. It all goes back to the Marvel Universe. He's a maniac cop, one battle after another. He's still doing stunt work. Michael Ironside, already mentioned, also has Rance and Clint Howard.
Okay.
Patrick Swayze's brother, Don.
Hell yeah.
Carrie Whitman, who plays the love interest in Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge.
Okay.
Mickey Jones. It's just a fun cast, but the whole thing's just tame, and it's also pretty rapey.
That
probably
for
tracks.
PM
Yeah,
entertainment. Yeah.
very little nudity, which I was expecting a little more. I thought there'd be a little more TNA.
They lean into the action a lot more than that, I think.
Okay.
PM entertainment.
Again, this was my first PM entertainment. There is exaggerated action, which I assumed would be from PM entertainment, but I thought there would be more like goofy sex scenes. I wasn't too disappointed, but I think I gave this like two stars, maybe 2.5 stars. I really like the setup, the whole like repo guy, kidnapped by these country hicks to fight in this underground like fighting tournament. And the sheriff's again, it was good, but it just wasn't executed very well.
Yeah. All right.
But I'll watch more PM entertainment. I need to. Okay, this is your last.
It's my last one.
Is
It's
it?
Free Space. A few of our listeners always post in the Junesploitation channel, like kind of daily, or like, we'll do like bulk messages. Lance and I don't usually post in there just because like we're sharing our thoughts about the films for this episode. This is the only one that I posted about. And that's because like this is the Junesploitation movie. And there's one particular scene in it that just sort of made it like, yes, this is why we do Junesploitation. So I watched Dirty Gang from 1977. This is called Destruction Force on Letterboxd. This is in the Vinegar Syndrome Eurocrime Rarities set. It's directed by Stelvio Massi, starring Luke Miranda as Commissioner Guinea and Thomas Milian reprising his role from Lenzi's Freehand for a Tough Cop as Monezzo. So, although in this film, Monezzo is retired from his life of crime, so he's not doing what he did in the last one. Now he's got a girlfriend with a baby. He's running a restaurant, but he's still teaching pickpocketing classes on the side to a bunch of like low-level thugs. His wig in this is a sight to behold.
He wears a wig the whole time?
Yes. It's like, in like Coming to America, like the family with the soul glow.
Yes.
Like it looks like that. It's like that wet too, the whole time. It's the weirdest thing.
Why? Million has a good head of hair. Like
I know. They just
that's funny.
Anyway, what made this movie for me though is there is an entire scene of him negotiating farts.
Oh, yeah, this is what you posted.
Yes,
yeah.
This is what I posted about. And I am not going to spoil what I'm talking about because that's not a typo. I am not misspeaking. He is negotiating farts. Now, story-wise, it is a Eurocrime film, but it doesn't really get to the central conflict, which would drive Monezzo and Guinea together. Like, so you've got Guinea investigating these crimes over here. You've got Monezzo over here sort of living his life, but he's sort of connected to what's happening peripherally. It takes a very long time to get to the point where they should be like, their interests collide and they should be like kind of working together to resolve this, but it doesn't happen until like pretty late. And so in the meantime, there's just this sort of like slew of like other subplots happening that just don't do anything for the movie. I still liked it quite a bit, mainly because of, Tomas Milian. Luke Miranda is eye candy, so I'll watch him in anything. But this was, one of my other favorites of the month, I would say.
Nice.
Even though it's probably only like a 3-star movie.
I can relate.
All right. Take us home, Lance.
All right, we got to save the best for last. And we did. Ollie Hop Noodle's Haven of Bliss from 1988. We're talking 80s comedy, baby.
Ollie Hop Noodles.
Haven of Bliss.
Okay.
Not the lathe of Haven. Ollie Hop Noodle's Haven of Bliss. This is a TV movie directed by Dick Bartlett, and it's one of those weird kind of mini sequels out there for A Christmas Story. But it has nothing to do with Christmas. It is written by Gene Shepard, same writer as A Christmas Story. He wrote this, and he did another weird sequel of sorts called My Summer Story, also known as It Runs in the Family, in 1994, which was directed by Bob Clark.
Okay.
Who obviously did the original A Christmas Story.
Right.
James Grodin played the old man in that. Mary Steenburgen.
Steenburger?
Mary Steenburgen.
I don't know.
Bergen. She plays the mom. And then there's two Culkin kids playing the kids. Kieran plays Ralphie and Christian Culkin plays Randy. That's his only acting credit. Anyway, I'm not talking about that movie. I'm talking about Ollie Hopnoodle's Haven of Bliss. So this is about, they're getting ready to go on a 2-week vacation. It's the same cast of characters. There's the old man. And every summer they take a 2-week vacation at this lake in Michigan.
Wait, but it's not the same actors.
These aren't the same actors.
Okay.
They're the same characters.
Okay.
You have none of these. I'll get into the cast here in a minute. Because they're terrible.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyway, the lake houses that they stay at are called Ollie Hopnoodle's Haven of Bliss.
Okay.
But before they leave the vacation, they lose their dog Fuzzhead, and the mom refuses to go until the dog's found.
Good for her.
And Ralph and his buddies Flick and Schwartz, they get their first summer job. They're all 14 at this point. Mm-hmm. So Ralph may not be able to go. And this is really putting the old man off. He's like, I just want to go fucking fishing. I work hard. It's very bizarre because the old man just, every scene he's either chain smoking or just drinking beer. Which I'm like, I'm not very Darren McGavin, but whatever. Jerry O'Connell plays Ralphie.
Oh.
Yeah. So first off, you don't have the glasses, the blonde hair, the big blue eyes, which is fine. You know, this is like, it's kind of like a Marvel universe, a multiverse maybe type of thing.
Stop bringing it back to Marvel. I'm never making that mistake again.
The old man is played by James B. Sicking. Is that how you say his name? He's the dad from Doogie Howser, MD.
Okay.
He's also the dad in Fever Pitch, which is that Jimmy Fallon. He plays Drew Barrymore's dad in that. Okay. He actually has the most similarities to the original characters out of everybody in this whole cast. Like, you know, he's very put off, kind of, you know, Darren McGavin-y, again, except he just drinks and smokes all the time, which is really odd. Total lush. The mom is played by Dorothy Lyman, and she's terrible.
Okay.
Actually, really, no one really is good in this. It's a tough watch when your child, you know, a childhood tradition is recast by these imposters. Yeah. You're like, what the fuck is this? Except the narrator, Gene Shepard, who's also the writer. You have the familiar voice. He's the same guy that narrates in A Christmas Story, and he's overused like way too much in this, which, you know, it's like, this is the selling point. God, I have way too many notes on this thing. So the first 45 minutes is literally Ralph just working as a mover with his, you know, with Schwartz and Flick. The mom looking for the dog around town, and then the dad daydreaming about fishing. That's like 45 minutes of just all that. Spoiler, they find Fuzzhead and Ralph gets fired, so they can now all go on summer vacation. But when they finally start their trip, I mean, it's almost an hour in. It starts getting a little funny. Like, I can start relating to a lot of stuff. But it's like another 40 minutes of them driving to Ollie Hopnoodle's Haven of Bliss. And Randy, the little Randy, is just being a bitch the entire time, complaining. They have car trouble. They get lost. It's not good. But I will say that some of the prep work, like the packing to get ready for the camping trip, getting up at 4 a.m. to hit the road early, something I could relate to as a kid when we do camping trips. Every summer we went to Garner State Park. We tent camp, you know, we get ready. It kind of pulled at the memories, and that's kind of the purpose of these movies in a lot of ways. It seems to be Gene Shepard's kind of MO. But yeah, it ends with them. It ends with them getting there into the cabin, and it immediately starts raining, and it rains the entire trip. Like, Gene Shepard is like, it rained the entire trip on my family, but we didn't care. You know, we were happy to be there. And we've experienced that too, like going to camping in a cabin and it rained the entire time. So there was like weird stuff that I could relate to that I kind of liked. It was filmed in Texas too, which was kind of cool. So a lot of the camping scenes and the scenery looked familiar. Yeah. And when people say that I've seen that movie like 100 times, like 1,000 times. I'm not exaggerating that I've probably seen A Christmas Story 100 times in my life. Since I've been a kid, the TBS and the TNT reruns Christmas Day, it's on all day.
Right.
So it's hard for me to get behind this type of sequel.
Yeah.
If it's the same actors, yeah, I'll I'm all into it. If it sucks, but it's the same people. They should have just called it something, had different characters, but I think I could enjoy watching this with like my family. Like, like if my dad and my mom, for some weird reason, watched a movie like at my age together, and my brothers were there, I think we could all relate to a lot of the dynamics concerning camping trips and stuff. I think I ended up giving it 2.5 stars.
That does not sound like a 2.5 star movie.
No, it's not.
Okay.
But it did kind of invoke these memories of camping trips for me as a kid, and that's where it worked. But yeah, it's not worth. I think it was on YouTube. Okay. It's just not worth watching. I don't think any of these sequels are really.
Okay.
And that's it.
That's
baby.
it.
Ended it on a high note with Ollie Hoffnoodle's Haven of Bliss.
Yeah.
What a month.
Woo. Happy Junesploitation, Lance.
I hope everybody enjoyed their Junesploitation. If you watched all 30 movies, I think it's getting harder and harder for me to cram that many movies in.
Yeah, same. I feel like I'm a little bit more motivated in October because we're doing it for charity.
Yeah.
For this, I'm just like, we're doing it for the episode. I like the challenge too. I like doing things when there's categories, but I'm also
Same.
like 30 movies in 1 month. Like, get the GTFO. Like,
yeah, I created my 30 movie Junesploitation list because this is my 10th year doing Junesploitation, and I really wanted to follow through. Like I said, I will, but I'll complete the list. But
yeah,
it felt good to still participate, even if it's just 15, 16, 17 movies I watched.
Yeah. Well, thanks everyone for listening. If you're not already, you can follow this podcast on Instagram at Unsung Horrors. You can follow me on Letterboxd and Instagram at Hex Massacre.
You can follow me there too at L Schibi.
The next month, we'll be talking about Night of the Zodiac from 2022. It is on Tubi. There's also a disc out there from SRS that you can pick up. So that's it. Thanks for listening, y'all. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. To hear more shows from the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network, please select the link in the description.
Are you a film fan who loves the ultimate home video experience? Look no further than The Disconnected. Your host, Ryan Verrill, is your go-to source for the latest and most accurate information on home video releases, exclusive interviews with industry insiders and filmmakers, and has established a thriving community where every film and physical media enthusiast feels welcome. From hidden gems to blockbuster hits, The Disconnected brings you insider knowledge and a welcoming space to share your love of cinema. Watch every Thursday night at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific for the live announcements show and follow The Disconnected on social media to stay updated. Subscribe to The Disconnected on YouTube or on the podcast provider of your choice and dive into a world where every movie night is an adventure.